Hello, everybody. Good to have you with us. Welcome. It is Saturday night. We are live worldwide on the Jim Masters Show, and we toast to you and you and you. We're going to start our toast right away because I'm thirsty. Aren't you thirsty? It was a hot day here along the coast, so I wish you the very best. And we have our nice little rosé here on a Saturday night. And as you know, we will have a lot of fun on Saturday nights. It is disco ball night. Again, it's all about light, levity, and love. And I got to tell you, so many people keep telling me they love this theme of light, levity, and love. And a lot of people, too, are telling me that they love the word that we created, levity. Remember, I had that Freudian slip about a week ago, and I said levity and love, and I ended up with levity. We're going to have to make some mugs and T-shirts. We're working on that behind the scenes. For levity, because there's lots of levity here on this show with you here and all of the cast of characters here. We welcome you to the Jim Masters Show Live. What is this show? If you're joining us for the first time, it's a show to celebrate life. It's a show with great guests. It's a show with comedy, and we also have in-depth conversations too. We go deep with some of our guests as well. But in addition to all of that, this is an entertainment lifestyle talk show series, sort of a little taste of the old school, maybe the Dick Cavett, the Merv Griffin, the Mike Douglas, the Johnny Carson, mixed in with some of the newer modern sensibilities as well. It's really something for everybody, all backgrounds, demographics, genders, age groups, sensibilities, zip codes, income levels. It doesn't matter. This show is for everybody. I'm a host professionally, so we created this show 8 weeks ago. We're going on 9 weeks. We could have had a baby, but this is our baby. This is our baby that we created here just for you. 9 weeks. Well, no, that's 9 months. That would be an early baby if it was 9 weeks, right? I'm just doing that to see who's listening and paying attention. 9 months would be the baby. So this, I tell you, in some ways, it has felt like 9 months because we've done shows every single night for what's going to be 9 weeks. Every single night. That's incredible. So we mix in humor and levity, as well as great conversations, food and music. We have guests from the worlds of television and film and child stars, and we do nostalgia and we do current events. And again, it's an all-around talk show designed to welcome you and celebrate you. It's Saturday nights. What does that mean? Well, Saturday night, it's all about having fun and a lot of viewer interaction. So pile on the great commentary. It's good to see you. We're going to check in with all of our fantastic folks that are here. And they're watching from all around the world, too, which I think is really cool. And I really thank you for that. I know you guys have really been chiming in, spreading the word. So many of you are having these watch parties, which is really cool. We've had some really spectacular guests. Did you watch last night? We had Dina and Bob on. We had Austin Pendleton on, legendary actor, performer, playwright, and so many great specials and movies and television shows and Broadway performances. We've had an incredible week of guests, and we're basically booked all the way till just about September now with guests. And again, some of the nights we don't have guests, which I think is cool because it's all about us too. As a host, I'm here to host. I'm here to celebrate life and celebrate you, put smiles on your face. So we toast you and you and you. Raise your glass. I hope you have your glass, whatever's in it. Nice and refreshing. Again, beautiful day. We were out on the coast today. We had a beautiful day today and very busy day outside because the sun is really shining, but also getting the shows ready for this weekend and for next week. There's your friend. I know you love to see your George Burns with his cigar. Legendary comedian George Burns. He is here to say hello to you and you and you and you and you and you. That is awesome. It's good to see you here. And George loves you. Look at that face, huh? How realistic can that be? That is George Burns. He's there for you as well. And as always, on Saturday night, it's all about light, levity, and love. This is where we get a chance to chat together and have some fun. Jeannie says hello. She's in there. She's sleeping. She just got back from seeing her parents. She, in Baghdad. That's where Jeannie comes from. So she's in there, but she's sleeping. So I'll try not to talk too loudly, although we get excited and passionate on the Jim Masters Show Live. Again, if this is the very first time you're watching us on YouTube, on the YouTube channel, I don't want to drop this thing. This thing weighs a ton, and it's like hand painted, one of a kind. So I gently, it's a routine here. I gently put it on the little table here over George Burns' head, and then I pull the arm back, and I go, wow, did it again. Good. This is an entertainment lifestyle talk show series. We are growing by leaps and bounds. I got to tell you some really amazing things. And there are some really cool people behind the scenes who have been helping me and working very hard. Some of you are watching right now. You've been celebrating the show. You've been sharing the words. You've been sharing the posts. You've been sharing the links. You've been having watch parties. Again, I really, truly, deeply appreciate that. That really is fantastic. And it just allows this to grow even more in the 9 weeks starting this Monday that we've been together. But you've also been telling other people. And then there's some cool people that are, I have people that are asking me to come on the show. That's awesome. But then I also have colleagues in television and film and music and food, like chefs and science. And we're going to get some gardening people on here too as well, because as you know, I have a green thumb. So we're going to get some gardening people on here too. And we're going to talk more about that a little bit today as well. But in addition, we're going to have a variety of people from entertainment, people from sports, people from all these different backgrounds that are just hopping on. And then I've got some really cool people sort of in my back pocket who are longtime friends in the industry who are, they're rounding up some amazing people for me. And I thank them dearly for doing that. And they're working very hard doing that, sort of casting the Jim Masters Show live. And I really appreciate that dearly. So hats off to everybody. Hats off to all of you. I know if I don't mention the other cast of characters, people will ask, where's Silver and where's Jimmy? So again, remember, the show is about light, levity, and love, or Levity. So again, it's about putting smiles on your face. Do we get serious sometimes? Do we get into some really deep conversations about life and inspiration? And absolutely. Because again, this show is all about a variety of different things about life. And I'm a television and radio host, so I do that normally. So I like to have a show that is not just the same thing all the time. So every time you watch, there'll be a little different spin on the show just for you. So I sincerely say thank you for all of the comments, all the sharing of the links, all the promotion, all the guests, telling everybody, because we have some really amazing things that are happening behind the scenes here with this show. Can't say yet, but you will be the first to know, and I'm very excited about it. Sort of pairing my professional work in broadcast media, television, radio with what we're doing here on the Jim Masters Show Live. There's your friend Silver. There he is. He's there to say hello. He's there to greet you. Again, he came from a TV shoot when we were in Switzerland, and he says hello. I don't know how close I can bring him to you. There you go. We should bring him over there. Let me bring him over here too. He sees you over there too. We're always favoring this side of the audience, but now we're going to favor this side too. And we'll favor those right in the center, the orchestra, and those up in the balcony. Right. Just like a studio or a concert hall, right? All right. So we've got another friend here that all of you always ask for, or those of you just joining us saying, what the heck is going on? I am Jim Masters. I am your host. I'm a professional broadcaster, television, radio host, journalist, actor, voiceover artist, narrator, stage MC, writer, producer in the television, radio, entertainment industry, news industry as well, lifestyle, you name it. And we launched the show just about 9 weeks ago, and it's been a real hoot. We've had so many laughs, so many good moments, so much fun on the show. And so has Jimmy, your friend Jimmy. There he is. Jimmy says hello to you. Jimmy is here to greet you. I know if I don't put Jimmy on the show, everybody's like, where's Jimmy? So Jimmy is there. Jimmy says hello, and he wishes you well. And as you know, we always do this because we go big time. This is quite a routine. This is quite an open, isn't it? Most people just say, hey, you know, a lot of people, they start live things now or videos and all kinds of stuff. They go, how's it going, everybody? Or hey, everybody. And that's it. And they go right in. We have a little bit of a production value to this show here on YouTube and on Facebook. So lights, camera, action. Again, Saturday night. We even got that. One of these days I will get it. No, it's over there. This thing keeps moving. That disco ball, there it is. You see it, right? Spinning. That's just for you. Because, again, on Saturday nights, remember, it's light and levity. It's Saturday night. It's a lot of fun. So Lights, camera, and action right here, right now for you. And then we say it. Lights, camera, and action. There we go. We are live. Good to have you with us here on the show today. How has your day been? Hope you guys are doing well. Let us know where you're watching from. We have an expanding audience from literally all around the world. We've had a numerous amount of people coming from the United States, which is wonderful because the show originates from the USA. We're here in the greater New York area between New York and Boston, Massachusetts. And in addition to that, where are you from? City, town, country? It's good to have you with us from wherever you are. We're going to take some of the viewer comments right now. I hope you're doing well. All your cast of characters are here. They say hello. And again, this show is really here to provide, I guess it's an alternative to some of the negativity that's going on out there. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of people that are always asking you for their money. Could you please give me money? Give me money. You're hearing a lot of that. You also have people that are, just very unhappy. There's a lot of sadness out there. So with that in mind, we're here to do what we can every night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, to lighten the load, to kick things up a notch, and to have some fun. Lots of viewer interaction. As a professional broadcast host, I love interaction. I love an audience. I love viewers and listeners. So I see a ton of comments here. You're all saying hello to each other, I'm sure. We got a lot of people watching. That is great on YouTube and on Facebook. Call your friends. We just started the show, so there's time if you want to shoot a message out to a friend or somebody and say, hey, turn on the Jim Masters Show live, not taped, not edited, so it looks perfect. We are here live, coming to you right now live, and we have expanded shows sometimes as well with some phenomenal conversations. So here we go. Let's welcome some of our phenomenal gang and faithful fans from around the world. And Willie in Holland. I hope you took your nap, Willie. Did you take your nap? I certainly hope you took your nap so that way you can spend your evening with us or your late night with us, because I know it's like 1 a.m. where you are there in beautiful Holland. Hey, Willie, I have something else that I dug out of our little vault here just for you, since you're such a faithful viewer there in Europe, there in the Netherlands. And that is this. Does that not make you feel at home? We have two of these, just so you know. We didn't lose one. We just grabbed this quick. Of course, a Dutch wooden shoe. Although this one isn't wooden. This one is sort of like a porcelain. But we did get this when we were on a television shoot last year, filming in Europe in the Netherlands. So there's two of them, but just grabbed one for now. And there you got the Dutch windmills and everything else. There you go. That makes you feel at home. Just for you, Willie, there in Holland. See? We got you covered. So good to see you. I'm glad you're ready for the show. Good luck. Thank you very much. And Willie loves that. So she's sending lots of Dutch tulips our way. And Linda Odell in beautiful St. Augustine, Florida. St. Augustine is a great place. I read something. Is it true, Linda, that St. Augustine is the very first... Is it city or town or county, not county, but just organized village in the United States? There's a history about St. Augustine, Florida, which is beautiful, just south of Jacksonville and just north of Palm Coast and Daytona. We have a lot of family actually in that area of Florida from between St. Augustine and Daytona Beach and New Smyrna and all through that area there. Beautiful area. That's a beautiful part of Florida. It still has a little bit of that northern feel a little bit. It doesn't get as hot maybe and humid, although it does get into the 90s and everything. But in terms of Florida, it doesn't get as hot as it does in southern Florida. It's a beautiful area there. Are you from there originally, or did you move to Florida from the north or the Midwest? Also, there's a history about St. Augustine. They got some great outlets there too, right off 95. We always stop off St. Augustine when we drive down to see family in Florida. But there's something about, it's one of the first towns in the United States or something. And Merlin Freilberg, great to have you with us there from Innerkip, Ontario, Canada. What's the weather like today, Merlin? Is it cooler there? Is it rainy? Is it sunny? You could probably even see on this side of my face our windows here, the light is just pouring right in. It's so bright and sunny right now. The sun doesn't set for a while, obviously, this time of the year. But the sun is really, no matter what you do, the sun's just plowing through those lights because it wants to put a smile on our faces. It's absolutely beautiful outside. One of these days, just so you know, we have some plans to take this show, not just those on location segments that I do where I go on location and then I share them with you. But we're actually going to take the physical show on location to some really cool and spectacular places where I'm actually going to be doing the show there, as opposed to doing them here in our beautiful home studio that we set up just for the Jim Master Show Live. We're going to be doing some really cool segments coming up where we are on location, which is going to be fantastic. So good to see you, to our neighbors to the north in beautiful Canada. Hope to come see you in that area there. Ontario is very, very beautiful. Again, we have relatives on my mother's side of the family who settled a town in New Brunswick. That is Kierstead Falls and Kierstead Mountain. That's relatives on my mother's grandmother's side, the side that came from Sweden, I believe. So Levity, I Levity it. Yes, and you've got the E, the special E. A lot of people say, oh, why don't you spell Levity, Lovity? But we wanted to combine the full word of love. We didn't want to cut the E off the word love. So we put in the E, even though technically it's I before E, except after C. Remember that rule in school? You always have the I before the E, except after C, and then other, times when you don't have it. But generally, that's how we want to spell love-ity. Levity for levity, for love and levity combined. So we're going to have to get some banners and shirts and all kinds of stuff. Hi, Jim and friends. Hope everyone is having a nice day. We sure are. How about you? This is a talk show, so let's talk. Having time with you right now. Hi, Jim and friends. Hope everybody's having a nice day. Well, we certainly are. Are you having a nice day where you are there in beautiful North Carolina, Ernestine? And thanks for being here. You're here almost every night. And I really appreciate that because I know you schedule your day to watch the show. And that means a lot to me. You could be eating right now. You can be out on a boat or out on the coast or in your garden or in your yard, in your living room watching, in your den, whatever it may be, whatever it is, the fact that you're here, we absolutely love. And we have Renee. Renee is here. Hello, everybody. Hello, Renee in beautiful Iowa, as we say, the bread basket of the country. It's good to see you here as well. And everybody is saying hello to one another, which is fantastic. Merlin again says hello to Renee. And let's see. And Kathy Smith. I am Margie's friend, Margie Inman, of course, who is always wonderful and always posting nice comments as well. And I am Margie's friend. We were at the park. Her phone battery died, LOL. Well, I guess she's speaking through you, Kathy. And you know what's very funny? I have a cousin with the same exact name, and that's how she spells it. Her name is Kathy Smith. I actually have a cousin named Kathy Smith. She lives out in Palm Springs, California. She's originally from New York, where I'm originally from. And so it's cool just to see the same name, Kathy Smith. Good to see you there, you guys in Michigan at the park. And Renee says hi once again to everybody. And Willie in Holland says, Jim, you are our baby. Wow, I appreciate that. And does that mean Jimmy is too? I imagine that the mini me, which I guess this is what he would be. He's sort of the mini me, right? Would you say he's the mini me? Thank you. We appreciate that, Willie. It's nice to see everybody here. And Linda saying hello. And Jacqueline Fakara Caputo says hello. How are you, Jacqueline? Wonderful to have you here. We appreciate you being with us as well. We got the disco ball going. We're doing lots of viewer interaction tonight. We just want to say hello and chime in with everybody. Tomorrow, we have viewer of the week. And then I believe some cool on location stuff we're going to show you as well. And a few surprises. And there's a special guest tomorrow that might be, if it works out, might be coming on. And it's a phenomenal, brilliant designer who has designed these really incredible masks. You know how we are wearing the different masks, but these are for a specific cause and for a really good reason, not just designing them for the sake of designing them so we have them, but these are specific masks designed in New York City that are beautifully done. And they sent me one, which I really appreciate. I'm going to show it to you tomorrow night. And we're trying to work out behind the scenes with a couple of contacts that we have. Actually, one of our friends is the one who connected us with this designer who designed a mask for me. Has a little heart on it. It's kind of cool. And it looks like denim. I'll show it to you tomorrow night if you're with us tomorrow night. But we're hoping to have the designer, if the designer is available, on tomorrow night. If the designer is not available tomorrow night, we'll try to get them on another night. But a brilliant designer in New York who has designed these really cool and special masks, very tastefully done, that are specifically for a certain cause to help. And I'll tell you about that more. We're putting that all together. That might be tomorrow night. That's really something special. So that's part of tomorrow night's show, plus a lot more tomorrow night. However, we are here with you right now. I hope you're able to get sleep with your wonderful newborn creation. Happy Saturday night. I know what you mean. No, it's, you figure 9 weeks we're coming on, and it's like a newborn. 9 weeks. I would say probably there's been many nights where I've been going to bed at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning and then getting up early, because after I do the show, Renee, I'm so pumped up and wired. I'm usually hungry after the show, and then I'm wired, and the show ends like 8:30, whatever, and p.m. Eastern here. So I'm ready to go and excited, and the adrenaline, you know how it is as a performer, you got all the adrenaline going and you're all excited. And then once you wrap up, you're like, wait, I'm some people are not like that. Some people, as soon as they're done, they're like out, over and out. A lot of crews are usually like that, production crews, camera, they've worked so hard preparing for what has to be done that when everything is finished, they bolt out of the studio, they're done. But for me, I'm usually hanging around like, hey, let's do more. So I've been, it's 2, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5. I'm trying to get to bed earlier, but it takes me up. So I'm trying not to have any tea or coffee after like 4 in the afternoon, because if I have some tea or coffee, and tea is really good for your throat. Tea is just, green tea and more. If I have some of that and then I do the show, that's like a double whammy of excitement and passion and adrenaline. So it makes it tougher to come down from that. And again, that as a performer, that when you're all pumped up and you're excited and you're enjoying what you're doing, it's tough to come down from that. So to answer your question, that's a long-winded answer, isn't it? Shoosh, that went on for 20 minutes, that answer. Bottom line, been staying up late. However, we're going to try to make some adjustments so we can, because I had an actual television shoot yesterday in my professional work. And that's the first one we had since March, because a lot of the TV studios have been closed. Everything's been closed. So a lot of things have just paused. So I had my very first shoot with Close-Up Television, and it was an interview at a TV studio and interviewing this wonderful person who drove down from Massachusetts, who is an executive coach and life coach, and she was wonderful. So I hope that answers your question. Am I getting sleep? Marginal at best, but hopefully we will get some tomorrow morning. I'm going to make sure we get some tomorrow morning. But then it's Saturday night, right? Who wants to go to bed Saturday night? Believe me, I'm like a kid at Christmas. If there's something I have to do, or we're going to see family, or there's a holiday coming up, I can never go to bed. And you know what I used to do as a kid? I don't know if I shared this. When we would go away on vacation, I would make sure my bedroom when I was a kid was spotless. Extra spotless. Like everything was, why? I don't know if anybody else ever did this, but in case, and we didn't have it happen, knock on wood, but if it ever were to happen, I guess I was like a little adult when I was a kid. If somebody came into my bedroom and they were robbing the house, somebody was to rob the house, they broke in or something, and they went into the bedroom, my bedroom, as a kid, at least they would think the bedroom was neat and clean. How crazy is that? I used to make sure the bedroom was like extra neat and clean in case if anybody came in, broke in or something, they would think that it was spotless and clean, and the person that was in that bedroom was extra neat. Isn't that funny? I don't know if I do that now, but I did that as a kid. So I hope that answers your question. That's a long-winded answer. Hey, Jim from New Hampshire, just love my shoe. This one? I think you either love the shoe or you love the show or you love both. I'm going to guess that you love both, right? You love the show, which I love that you love the show, and you love the shoe in honor of Willie in Holland. There's two of them. Handmade Holland. There you go. I see it right there. Can you see it? I don't know. It's kind of bright. Yeah, it's too bright. Maybe there. Handmade Holland. There's two of these. We grabbed one just for Willie. Good to see you in New Hampshire, Diane. A pleasure to have you here. Welcome once again to the Jim Masters Show Live. Kayanne is with us too. Kayanne, how are you today? Hope you're having a beautiful day from wonderful Ohio. It's nice to have you here today. How is everybody doing? What have you guys been doing? Have you been gardening? Again, I am a gardener. Yes. And no, I didn't grow these. These are those tulips that we got from Holland that we always show Willie from the Netherlands. But we were doing a little work in the garden today, and it was a really nice day. And I think I've been doing that since I was a child. Always enjoyed doing gardening, and it's very therapeutic. Working in the yard, mowing the lawn and trimming the shrubs and tree branches, not just the floral gardening, which we do as well with the Green Thumbs, but also I really enjoy working in the yard and the soil and just creating and nurturing. And maybe we'll show some more down the line. We'll show some more of those gardening and yard pictures. You guys, about a week or so ago, you sent some really cool pictures of your yards and your gardens, and we showed them here live on the actual show. And that was fantastic. So good to see you. Oh, dear Jim, me and Margie Inman cannot stay on. I have limited data, but hi, we love you. Love you back as well. Limited data. Does that mean if I talk more and use more words, will it interfere with your data? Probably not. Because otherwise I would just say, hi, Kathy, if it interferes with your data levels. Anyway. Hope you guys are doing well. It's good to see you. And Christopher Joseph in Ohio, Sylvania, Ohio. And looks like the show's growing larger all the time. Everybody's spreading the word. And a lot of my colleagues in the industry are hopping aboard. And we have some people that are working behind the scenes who are major people in, different realms of PR and different things like that, who are also working along with me on a daily basis as we grow this. And there are also guests are coming along as well, which is really, really cool. So you're right. It is growing larger all the time. And again, 9 weeks, this thing has gone from here to here. And we really appreciate that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That really helps the YouTube channel because all of the shows are archived. You can watch all the past shows if you missed anything. So good to see you, Christopher. How are you doing today? Christopher, have you been performing at all? I know because a lot of venues are still closed and you're with the New Love Express. So have you been able to perform at all, or is everything just still shut? Renee has had a very good day, went to a graduation party at our church. That is a perfect cue for something that I was almost going to forget to do. You're not going to believe this, Renee. I tell you, I really am very proactive. You're not going to believe it. And you're going to think I'm a psychic or I'm intuitive. And I've been told I operate from a higher consciousness. I'm a high level empath and then I'm intuitive. So the intuitive part at least might be true. Also, I want to let you know, coming up, we're going to have a renowned relationship coach that's going to be coming on our show very soon. We're very excited about that. That's just one of the guests coming up soon. You mentioned graduation. You had a really good day. You went to a graduation party at church. Well, I had already planned to do a salute to all the graduates from elementary school and middle school, or as we used to call it, junior high school, graduates from college, because they weren't able to really have the kinds of graduations that we were able to have in high school and I was able to have in college. And even in 6th grade, we had a graduation party. We had all the family and relatives and friends over. And this year, with the year being what it is and what we've been going through, a lot of People haven't been able to have those graduate parties. They haven't even been able to have like full funerals with everybody that they would want there, and weddings. So a salute to all the graduates, those that you were a part of with the graduation in the church, Renee, and all who've had graduations and who've graduated school this year. What do you think? This is a salute to all the graduates. Pretty cute, huh? You know who that is? It's yours truly. There it says Jimmy on top. My mother actually made this when I graduated from high school and was going off to college. Isn't that cool? See the feet and everything? My mother actually made this by hand, a very creative person. And this was one of the gifts, just one of several things that occurred when I graduated from high school to college. And isn't that cool? That is yours truly. So I grabbed this and said, you know what? We'll do a tribute to all the graduates. So congratulations from the Jim Masters Show Live to all of the graduates who graduated in 2020. We salute you, and we wish you nothing but the best. I know it's tough right now, but we wish you nothing but positivity, continued success. You're just getting started. Again, I've done that. You've done that. You might be, a lot of people who have been in the thick of their careers are actually reinventing themselves now too. There's a lot of people that have been reinventing themselves and using this time as a pause to say, you know what? I didn't like what I was doing before. I want to do something different. Or now I want to focus on my needs and what I need. A lot of people have been doing that. So to all the graduates, your host, Jim Masters here, and mini me. Again, my mother actually made this. And there he is with a smile. That is yours truly. When I graduated from high school and it says Jimmy on top there. It's really cool, isn't it? See the back of his head and same ears as mine too. Can't see them because he got the headphones on, but that's cool. So it's ironic that I was going to do this, Renee, because I didn't realize that you were at the grad party, and here we go. I had him right down here, and I was going to salute all the graduates. I'm going to do that right now. So to all the graduates of 2020, we salute you from the Jim Masters Show with little mini me, the graduate. Isn't that cool? Always having a lot of fun here at the show. And that's the segment that I wanted to do. I wanted to do that little graduate segment, and Renee perfectly led in, and she didn't even know that was going to be a great lead in. More comments coming our way. Hello from my friend Kathleen Walker, who was one of our great viewers of the week. I tell you, I really miss it, Kathleen. We can't go to Citi Field to see a Met game. You can't do much right now. But it's so great. At least we're able to connect here, right? We're able to connect on the Jim Masters Show Live with you and so many great folks all around the world, just to get away from the negative and to put in some positive vibes, some levity, as we call it. We got some big plans again for levity too. There's some cool ideas that I've been thinking about that we're going to do with levity, and I can't tell you yet, but you will be a part of it. And we're always looking forward to celebrating stuff like that with you. So good to see you, Kathleen. How are you? What'd you do today? How's your mom? Did you go out anywhere? Did you go to the store? Did you just relax at home? It was weird here today because we had sun early, and then it poured and rained for like 2 hours, and then the sun came out again, and then it poured and rained again, and now the sun is out again. I tell you, 2020 doesn't know what it wants to do with itself. It's a very unsettled year. And somebody was telling me, I was talking to somebody today, somebody that is going to be a guest on the show soon. And I was talking to them today, and they said that something about, maybe some of you guys know the answer to this. They were saying something about December and the age of Aquarius coming up, something to do with Aquarius at the end of this year, at the end of 2020 and December. It was really fascinating listening to this conversation I was having on the phone with this guest that's going to be coming on the show. And the conversation had nothing to do with what they do actually, in their career and what we're going to celebrate on the show. However, they just brought up this. We were talking about how 2020 has been a little crazy and very unpredictable and uncharted. And it's just here it is. It's already going to be July. Half the year is gone almost. And, Mother's Day, Father's Day's passed, St. Patrick's Day's passed, other holidays around the world and other countries have passed. Easter, Passover's passed. And it's coming on 4th of July in just, a week and a half or so. And does it feel that way? Does it feel like the end of June to you? Or does it feel different? To me, it feels different. Even when we go outside and we go to the parks or we go to the coast and, I film some of those beautiful scenes and those Masters mantras. If you go to Jim Masters TV at YouTube, where this show is broadcast from, there's a new Masters mantra I posted on there today. It just doesn't seem, even when it's sunny out and the beautiful flowers. I mean, this time of the year, roses are out everywhere. The rose gardens, wherever you go, are really, really popping around here in the northeastern United States. It's a little different. It's just different. We all know what's different, but it just feels that way. And I'm trying to find ways to not have it be different, but it's kind of hard to do that. You really can't do that because we're not going to be going back. I don't think everybody I've talked to, even real expert level people, have said we're not going to be going back necessarily to things exactly the way they were. It's going to be a little bit different. Technologically, it's going to be different. How people are using technology, the not shaking of the hand, the resistance to be hugging, of course. And this is not just here. It's going to be around the world. People are still a little trepidatious as far as going into places. It's all positive that we want to share, but hopefully we'll go to a better, I don't want to go to a normal. I don't want to go back to the way we were, because things were getting a little crazy anyway, right? Everybody was a lot of people were angry, and everybody was always complaining about how the kindness was disappearing. I mean, you heard it from everybody, right? Nobody's kind anymore. Nobody says please. Nobody says thank you. Nobody says you're welcome anymore. It's just all yelling and screaming and arguing. Nobody listening, and everybody's gets behind a wheel and it's road rage. And then, you have all these violent acts that are going on everywhere before the pandemic I'm talking about. And just a lot of unhappiness, and people were unhappy, and polls and surveys of how unhappy people have been. So I think what's happening is we are experiencing a reset. As we've been talking about on the show, we've been experiencing some sort of a reset. It's almost like Mother Nature, Earth, and the divine. And if you believe in a divine, if you don't, that's perfectly fine. Whatever you might have that you believe in, perfectly fine. This is the Jim Masters Show live. Everything is good and fine and easy. But it seems like three energies came together and said, you know what? You humans, we gave you this beautiful planet Earth. We gave you the oceans. We gave you nature. We gave you animals. We gave you water and air and life. And you get exposure to the sun and all of this greatness. And you guys are fouling it up. You guys are at each other's throats. You're yelling. There's divisiveness, this side versus this side. And, everybody's so worried about all the buzz and all the bling and what everybody else is doing, and heads stuck in the cell phones. They were already starting to social distance already because people weren't listening to each other. You have two couples go to a diner and everybody's on the cell phone. So you have this person and this person, that person, and nobody's talking. They're all on the cell phone, just posting a picture of the food that they're eating. And it's okay to do that. I've done it because one of the things I host is a lifestyle travel show where we go to restaurants and we have food. If I made, a great apple pie or something, I might want to share it. And then we share the recipes and everything else. Some of you have shared recipes actually with me, my family, and I appreciate that. And I'm going to be doing that too. We're going to be making some stuff here on the show coming out real soon, like we did that whole Sunday brunch for Mother's Day. But it seems like we were social distancing early on in the game. And now that we had to social distance, nobody likes it. Everybody's gunning to get out. And the problem with going right out and getting out is you got to be careful. You can't we all want to go outside. We all want to be positive. We want to be happy. We want to be singing in the sunshine again. But because everybody's been cooped up, everybody wants to dive right out. But we have to watch and make sure, because in the areas where they have been doing that, it's been going like that. So I think we were sort of social distancing before. Don't you think so too? We were sort of social distancing before all of this started. And I'm a Libra, so I like balance and harmony, and I'm very communal. I like to feed off the energy of people and then give that energy back. I love the reactions of people, and I love the ooh and ah and response, and then I give it back tenfold in a positive way. It just seems like people were getting very self-consumed, maybe a little bit. Not everybody, but it was, the ship was leaning this way, and I think because it was leaning that way, whatever energies out there said, look, we're going to shake things up here and see how you guys deal with it, and see if you're going to come out of this better for it. So I do see aspects of that. I don't know if you do too. I do see people have been making masks. People have been, there's been kindness. I've also seen the opposite, but generally I've been seeing a lot of people, children doing little lemonade stands. I mean, I've been seeing different things happening that are very positive. And that's a good thing. That's a cool thing. And again, here on the Jim Masters Show Live, we do everything. We have talks like this and comments, and we do guests. We do a whole host of things. But I just think that as somebody who's always dealing with a lot of different people and always traveling and seeing different cultures and different scenarios, I just think with all of the horrific nature of everything we've been going through and the sadness of it all and the loss and there's people that are truly suffering, economically suffering. They don't know where the next dollar's coming. And it's really impacted everybody, every type of business, everything. The health situation is not over yet. The civil unrest, of course, just all the different things that are occurring concurrently in 2020 are sort of a message, I guess, that we really need to be together. We were meant to be together, to collaborate, to create. And I think that's what life is really all about. No matter how busy I get, you get, any of us get, to remember that we're doing it for the reasons of the greater good of the world as much as we do what we do for ourselves. I mean, you have to have self-love. You have to, I've always, and you've heard it on these episodes with some of the guests that I've had. We've had these conversations. So I've had these conversations with you. I've always been somebody who always, and I think it's a family trait. I've seen it in my family where we sort of put ourselves on hold for the good of everybody else, and running to the aid of everybody else, and making sure, checking in with everybody else and making sure everybody's good. We're all, anytime there's a storm, we're all on the phone. Anytime somebody's ill, we're all on the phone. Anytime there's anything, everybody's checking in to make sure everybody's okay. And we even do it with people that aren't even the family. We do it, of course, with dear friends, but we also do it with colleagues and acquaintances. And how you doing? I've done it even with people here, and also with people that follow me on television, radio, and everything else. It comes with the territory. It's part of the DNA of who I am. However, you do have to, and the Death Valley story, which I told you about, which you can go back and watch, which happened about a year or so ago when I was driving alone through Death Valley on a TV shoot. After the TV shoot, that was a big experience, and that realized for me, you have to have some self-love. Not that you loathe you don't like you. It's just that sometimes, and I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who, put other people first, and then you tend to you. You got to put your fires out first. You got to water your plants first before you go to offer to water the person's plants across the street. It's just the way it's made up. Like I said, for me, the biggest thing was the oxygen mask, and I still have trouble with that when I hear it. The oxygen mask, about how when the oxygen mask drops in an airplane, put it on you first and then help the other person. And I was always, and still am, so I struggle with it. I still struggle when I'm on an airplane, which I haven't been for a couple of months. I'm supposed to be in San Antonio, Ireland, and Florida on TV shoots, but not right now. But for years, every time I was on an airplane, and I would always have problems with hearing the flight attendant say that. And I know they say it because it's what you're supposed to do. They're doing what they're supposed to do, and you should be doing it too. But it used to bother me when I would hear that, put the mask on you first. And that's because I was always brought up to help thy fellow man. So I want to get it. I innately and instinctively want to get the mask on the person next to me. You okay? Let me help you with that. And then put it on me. And you realize you have to put it on you first, because if you don't put it on you, you don't have the oxygen. You can run out of oxygen to help those other people you want to help. And that sometimes takes time and wisdom and living to experience that. So that's what I do. And that's been a brilliant thing. And people love that I'm doing that. And I kind of love that I'm doing it too, because that way there you're able to tend to all the things in your life and the people and your loved ones and yourself all at the same time, as opposed to just putting you secondary. A lot of times people do that. And, this career that I'm in demands a lot, and it's an ongoing thing. Television, radio, entertainment, news, all of it never stops. So it demands a lot of you, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of time put in, a lot of quick decisions, quick thinking, a lot of pivoting constantly. But it's exhilarating and it's fun. That's one of the reasons why I created this show, because it's another extension of the work that I do, and thoroughly enjoy it and get a chance to communicate with beautiful people like you around the world. But at the same time, you also have to tend to yourself. That's why I always say relax. At the end of the show, I do the relax, I do the star. It's all part of the same thing. Money is needed, yes, for everybody, every single one of us. Money is very important. You can't not have money in your life, because you got to pay bills, you got to eat, you got to do all those things. But it shouldn't be the number one driver. Again, they're essential. You have to have money for security, for healthcare, for retirement, so you can give a gift, so you can treat yourself, so you can go out to eat, so you can do all the different things you want to do. But at the same time, it shouldn't be the end all. It should be the relationships we have with one another. It should be the relationship and nurturing the relationship you have with yourself. Because there's a lot of people who self-loathe and they don't feel self-worth. A lot of people right now going through everything we've been going through who don't feel worthy, because what they did for a living stopped. What they were able to do with communicating with people and going out and caring for people and all the different things that they did stopped. They can't even go and hug somebody, and that's very tough. If you like contact, human contact, which is very important, to not be able to do that is very difficult for a lot of people. So anyway, for me too, of course. So it's really a matter of taking time to really, no matter what you do for a living or where your background is or what your hopes, dreams, and desires are, it really is essential to take time for yourself. And this show for me is an extension of that, because I get to share all this with you. People that watch me on television, listen to me for years on the radio as well, and all these other venues on networks and TV stations, radio stations, all these different shows I've hosted, all these interviews, all the news reporting I've done, and voiceovers and acting, and all these things I've done. This show right here, I get to come to you directly as Jim Masters, open up my world to you. You open up your world to me and the rest of us. And it's a wonderful relationship. It's really a wonderful relationship that we have together, that we're continuing to nurture and grow and foster. And I think it's really cool. I think it's really extra special. So this is cool stuff. I'm enjoying it. And I don't know how all of that came out of Kathleen Walker saying hello, but it did. Remember, light, levity, and love. Levity. That's what we're all about. All right. So we've got more here, more coming in. Now that must be for Jimmy, or that could be. And hey, Willie. I know. Willie in the Netherlands. And nice. Thanks for my shoo-in. There you go. There it is. And there are two. The other one is upstairs. It's upstairs sitting on a bureau. There you go. That's for you in Holland, in the Netherlands. Okay, so Merlin is here, and she gives. Oh yes, that is it looks like the Canadian leaf, right? Almost like a maple leaf in yellow. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And more comments coming in. Corn from the breadbasket. Yes, in beautiful Iowa. Renee Oscom is in Iowa there. Corn from the breadbasket. That is wonderful. It's good to have you here. And do you make cornbread muffins? You must have a garden too. I imagine you have a garden, right, in Iowa. Maybe you don't even need to have one because you can probably go all around the neighborhood and there's fields of all kinds of things growing. Oh yeah, corn chowder. I love corn chowder. I wish I had a bowl of, there was a couple of Saturday nights ago, I had food. Remember, it was dinner with Jim. I'm going to have to do one of those again, and we'll have all kinds of dinner. You guys can have dinner with me. And corn from the breadbasket. Yeah. Sunny now. Sunny in Canada, in Ontario. That is wonderful. I'm glad you got some sun. Never cut love. NCL. That's right. Never cut love. That's so important. So many people do, they do, Renee, and you can't. No matter what goes on, as crazy and as unusual as 2020 has been, the fact that you're here and I'm here and we're coming into your world right now, wherever you are around the world, and you're coming into my home studio right now, live on a Saturday night with a disco ball going, and George Burns, Jeannie, Silver, Jimmy, and we're having a good conversation and some levity here and opening up with each other. Tell me what are some of the things you guys are doing to get by during this time where you are? Because it's different wherever you go, some areas of the country, of the world are coping a little bit differently than others. What are you guys doing? What are some of the things that put a smile on your face? I know for Renee, corn from the breadbasket does that, especially if it's corn on the cob with melted butter on it. I would never tease you guys by having corn on the cob with melted butter on it and doing that in front of you. I wouldn't do that, but I might do it later. More comments coming in. Yes, we've got that duly noted. The light levity from Christopher Joseph. And have a great day, Jim. Yes, Ernestine, thank you very much. Hope you're having a great weekend as well. And again, miss you, Kathleen. I know we always have a wonderful time when we're together, but I definitely miss you. And Christopher Joseph, yes, Jimmy the Clown rules. Absolutely. Yeah. And let's see. Hi, Jesse. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. I remember those days with newborns now ready for grandkids when mom and dad can deal with the sleepless nights. That's right. Absolutely. Crazy stuff. And let's see. Tea with and are perfect for our voices. Yes. Tea with honey and lemon, or lemon and honey. Tea with lemon and honey are perfect for voices. Yes, it's very good. Never, of course, as you know, never have milk. Don't do the milk because the milk creates phlegm. And if you have to do any public speaking or singing or just any sort of talking in public, never do the milk because or cream cheese or yogurt or any of that before you have to go out and speak to people, which now you're going to be doing it 6 foot apart anyway. Heavy rain today. Yes, on and off, right? Rain and then sunshine and then rain and then sunshine. Christopher, good to see you, Christine, in Connecticut. Always worked hard in the yard and house growing up. We did too. Mowed the lawn, painted the ceilings, and all kinds of great stuff. You got hot lobster rolls. Ooh, that sounds great. Some hot lobster rolls. All right. So you're probably wondering if we were to have a guest tonight. Yes, we were supposed to have a guest tonight, but he's had significant trouble getting connected. So hopefully we'll be able to reschedule Jean-Pierre to the show, but he's not there, and he hasn't been able to get connected with the system from where he is out in California. So we will reschedule him down the line. We'll have to find a date for him. We're pretty booked till the end of August, but we'll find a date for him. He had some technical issues trying to get connected with our system. So he's not here with us. However, we are here together. And that is a beautiful thing when we're here together. Yeah, the disco ball is pretty hypnotic, isn't it? Maybe we just sit there and watch that. Isn't that peaceful? How about if I did this? Again, we're all looking for calm and peace, right? A lot of chaos outside, a lot of chaos on TV and everywhere else. How about that? Pretty nice, right? With the disco ball. Nice and soothing, nice and relaxing. With that disco ball spinning quietly. Mm-hmm. All right. And ready for an amazing Saturday night you bring on. Thank you very much to Carla in Brazil. It's fantastic to have you here in Brazil. Thank you very much for joining us. We love having you here. And it is Saturday night. We've been having a great time here and love you. And we're back Sunday as well. We've got a great show tomorrow, Sunday, viewer of the week as well. Yes, social distance parties, usually outside with the Skip Turner Band, and on Sundays at Garage Mahal with various jazz artists, local and out of town. So they're socially distancing then. You're having the gatherings, but people are sort of separated, right? And that's really what you really have to still do. You really, really do. We do it, and we wear the masks when we are in public places. I had one of those too that my mom made me. Yours is red. Oh, that's cool. And love it. The graduate. Yes. Again, we toasted all of the graduates this year. There they are. And there's young Jimmy there. Mom made this when I was in school, getting ready to go off to college. So we toast all the graduates this year because I know it's been an interesting year for the graduates. They haven't been able to have like the big parties like they normally would. And Ernestine says, that is very cute and your mom did a great job. She sure did, right? Really cute likeness there. And love your tribute to the 2020 graduates and Mini-Me. Thank you, Christopher. We wanted to do something for the graduates. So I was in another room and I saw that statue of the Mini-Me and when I was a kid. And I wanted to share that because I wanted to toast to the graduates because, again, it's been an interesting year for them. And I have some in my own family and some friends who graduated too this year, and it's been tough. Went out early to the store today, got home before the heavy rain. Miss you too. Thankful for you and your show and the phone so we can stay connected. Yes, Kathleen, I agree 100%. And we certainly do stay connected. And hopefully we will be breaking bread soon and having fun real soon in person. It's very difficult right now. I hope we can do it soon. Just if everybody does the right thing, then hopefully we'll be in that place. Hug a hand, shake a body. Yes, that's what everybody wants to do. Felt like no holidays this year. Parades for the 4th. Yeah, 4th of July is canceled. Macy's just laid off 4,000 people, I found out today. And I know a dear friend who's worked for Macy's for years and just got laid off in his department and 6 other people. He found out yesterday, Macy's in New York. So it didn't, the holidays sort of did come and go, didn't they? Memorial Day sort of came and went. The Father's Day was beautiful, but still a little different. The Mother's Day, the Easter, the Passover, St. Patrick's Day, no parades. 4th of July, not really happening. So we're here together. We'll have our own party. We'll have our own celebrations here on the Jim Masters Show. No hot dog roasts. Yeah, there's a lot of fairs and festivals, major fairs and festivals that aren't happening this year over safety concerns and health concerns, which makes total sense at the same time. So we're here. We're going to do all kinds of cool things to keep you guys going with everything that we're doing. Again, hopefully we'll be able to reschedule the guest. He had some major technical problems trying to get on. Not sure what happened, but sometimes that happens. So we are here celebrating the time with you personally, and that's the way the show started anyway, and I kind of like it. Jim Masters Show restores people's faith in humanity. I try to do that every day on the show and when we're not on the show. I really try to do that, and I really like when you guys share these personal asides of your life, like how you're feeling and what you're doing. And it's really cool because, again, this is an entertainment lifestyle talk show. This is where it's almost like Donna used to say, is the caller on the line? So instead, I'm seeing all your conversations, and I'm a conversationalist and a communicator. So conversation is a lost art. It really, really is. But right here, we're here. So, and I'm going to try to see. I'm going to try to see if there's a way. I'll look into it. If there's a way we can have, I don't know how many people we can have on at once with this setup, but maybe there's a way we can have several of you viewers on, if only the ones that want to come on, of course, at the same time, and we can have like a little mini party with those that are able to come on. I'm going to work on that. It's a more of a technical situation that I have to confer with the technical team on, but there may be a way to do it where we can have several of us together on the show in our little square boxes, Zoomish a little bit, and maybe we can be chatting with each other all at the same time. I'll work on that. But this is still great what we're doing here, because a lot of times on shows, you don't even see this where the host talks directly to you. I love doing it. Nobody was comfortable with silence. I know, right? There was never time for it. Now we can take the time to figure out what's important to our souls and what we are grateful for. That's exactly right. I was always a big believer, still am a big believer in, when you experience something in life, maybe it's something wonderful that happened to you that day, or something you worked hard for, or an event with family and loved ones, whatever it is, to take a moment after doing that to breathe and savor and relish in what just happened. So many people go from thing to thing and next and next and next. We're living in a world where everything is next, which is great. You got to keep moving forward. Absolutely. I'll wave that flag. However, not at the expense of celebrating the things that are important in life, but also the things we just did 5 seconds ago. Let's celebrate it. Let's have a cup of coffee and toast to what we just did, what we built, what we accomplished, the people we just saw, the things we just did, or the thing you created. Let's take time to celebrate it and then move to the next thing. That's, like Renee's saying, is what we were not as a people doing. We were always concerned with next. Everything that, the new phone that came out, that's $1,000, is extinct 6 seconds after it comes out. And people line up in front of an Apple store in heavy rain and snow or wind, intense, for days, because the new purple iPhone 480 came out. I never did that. I've never done that. I've never hung out in front of a store in a tent or in a lawn chair waiting for a phone to come out that I'm going to spend $1,000 on. I didn't do it when any other technology came out, or anything really, because eventually if you wait a little longer, the price comes down. But also, I'd rather spend time with my family and friends and, be enjoying as opposed to doing that. So she's right. Silence can be golden. Silence can be beautiful. Music is, and all these other arts that are out there. Exercise, just taking a walk along the coast, or walking in a forest, or down your street, or wherever, in a park, wherever you are. Hiking a mountain, whatever it is that brings you joy, can be wonderful. If you're trekking in the desert, maybe you live in the desert area. I agree with you, Renee. We weren't really spending time like that, celebrating things like that. Your show focuses on the positive. We all feel uplifted after watching your show. I appreciate that. And that's what it's all about. The whole show was designed with that in mind, and I love it. And just continue to spread the word. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your loved ones that this show is here every night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And we'll have a grand time as we continue to expand and grow. We have so many cool things we're doing, and we appreciate it. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. That's right. You've got it, Christopher Joseph. That's what it's all about. Light of the world, shine on me. Love is the answer. Shine on us. All set us free. Love is the answer. James Taylor. Yes, the original James Taylor, that is. We have to take the plank out of our eye to see the speck in our brother's eye. You're very right. Right. That's right. If you are anoxic, you will not help anyone. That's very, very true. In order to change the world, we must make the changes within ourselves. Very true. Hello from San Antonio, Texas. Good to see you, Ronnie. God bless us. Absolutely. Every single one of us. Relax, release, let go. Very, very true, my friend. That's what it's all about. Very, very true. Want to remind you, if you want to see past episodes of the Gym Masters Show live, you can. You can go to YouTube and subscribe to the Gym Masters channel. Click notifications. Every time we have new shows, uploads, and all kinds of cool content, you'll be notified. Gym Masters TV at YouTube. We have to love ourselves first before we can love others. That is so true. And Renee says that she's a hugger and she misses being able to do that. I concur. That's so important. The Gym Masters Network. Love it. Sounds good to me, my friend. And the Dutch shoe, yes, that is for Willie in Holland, who is still up and still awake with us. So hello to everybody. I know you guys like sometimes when it's just us and we do a show like this. And we were going to have a guest tonight, but the guest had some major technical issues. So we'll get him back on. No worry, no fret. We're here together. The show is here designed to have some fun with you guys. Hello, my friends. The Gym Masters Show. Yes, watching on YouTube at Gym Masters TV. And Marilyn says, hello from Wichita, Kansas. You know, that's a beautiful picture of you. I see, when I look, I see she's actually there, but I know you guys see her there. So maybe I'll look there like I'm really looking at it. But if I look there, I really see it. The roses, those beautiful roses surrounding you. That's a really nice profile photo that you have. Marilyn there in beautiful Wichita, Kansas. Renee in Iowa, not too far from Kansas. A lot of Midwest. Yes, make muffins, no garden, just a few tomato plants. So you're going to be making some tomato soup soon, I hope. I'm a soup person. I love soups of all kinds. I like stews. I like casseroles. I like comfort food. Lots of comfort food. A lot going on in San Antonio, Texas today. Yes. Isn't that unbelievable? The Saharan dust. I mean, what more can we take in 2020, Ronnie? That if you're not aware of this, there is these massive plumes of dust, kind of like, when they have dust storms in like Arizona, places like that. This is like quadruple the size, coming off the Sahara Desert over the ocean, still surviving over the ocean and coming up into the southern United States. Is that unbelievable? Into Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, I believe parts of Florida, and just swirling around up. And then there's another big plume of this sand coming over the ocean headed towards the United States. I mean, how much more? Saharan dust? I mean, no much more. Thank you. You know what I mean? Hope you guys hang in there. I guess you have to close the windows and you have to, I guess, bring the cars in the garage or whatever, because if it gets in the vents and everything in the cars, that's got to be difficult too. And the air quality, you guys hang in there. I mean, Saharan dust, plumes coming over. Out for dinner tonight at the Dirty Bird. What's the Dirty Bird? What kind of place is that? What kind of food they have there in Ohio? Yes, you're right. Don't have any of that before you go on live anywhere. Thank you very much, Christopher. I appreciate that. We are here. We are live. Disco Madness tonight. There it is. There it is. This finger needs to go that way. There it is. Boing. There it is. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself. And it was the Graduate doll that you had too. We had moms that really, or have moms. My mom's, of course, still here. They're in Florida. They moved south to Florida. They're from the Northeast originally, and they built a home in Florida, and they love it down there. We got to get down there soon. She could market those Gym Masters graduate figures. My mother also wrote a children's book too. A book that she wrote for me when I was 11, and then she had it published, and maybe we'll see if we can get that and show that on the show. Yeah, she would love to write. She loves to write still, but when I was 11, she was writing these books, really to read to me. Now, I don't know. Now, an 11-year-old probably thinks that they're 30 years old and they're not going to want their mother to read to them. But when I was 11, the kids still, the mother would read a story, or because 11 was 11, not 31 at 11, like sometimes it is today. So she would write these cool stories. It might have even been before 11. I was probably about 7, maybe not 11, about 7 years old. And she kept these in a drawer, all of these that she wrote, and then had a particular one published. And so Facebook Live. Yes, I might be able to do it through Facebook Live, which we're on right now. We're on Facebook Live and we're on YouTube right now, but maybe can do it directly through Facebook Live as well. Zoom sessions are fun. Yes, I actually was a guest on a show in Ohio last Sunday talking about my career, and I'm going to be the guest of a show on July 18th. I just found that out today. Now I'm the host, and now I'm going to be a guest on all these shows, which is amazing because I've always been the host, interviewing people and just hosting shows. So I'll keep you posted on that. It's going to be July 18th, a show that's on in New York City. I'm going to be talking about, again, all the cool things we're doing. I'll talk about this show. Maybe I'll mention some of you guys. And we're going to be on the show as a guest on this radio show on July 18th. Just found that out today. Just got the call. That's really cool. Hello for my friends by the Jim Masters Show. Beautiful photo there. Everybody saying hello. Everybody saying hello. Everybody saying hello. See, we got some more comments coming in from everybody. Again, we were going to have a guest tonight, but the guest had some major technical problems trying to connect. So we're sorry about that. Unfortunate. We're here, but for some reason, don't know what, he wasn't able to connect. So, but we connected, and we will have him back. Those things happen, right? You just fly with the wind. It's minor compared to everything else that has gone on for everybody the last couple of months. You are such a calming force in the middle of the storm. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, KN. I do work well under pressure. I hate pressure and I hate chaos. That's probably why I work well under it, because I want it to end. Does that make sense? I don't like chaos and I don't like pressure, yet I work very well under those circumstances. I think because I try to get rid of pressure and I try to ease chaos for everybody, including for myself. So I'm trying to put out the fires quickly before it becomes a blaze. I think that could be another reason why I'm calming. I like calm. Well, a Libra likes balance and harmony. So we crave calm. Not so easy in this world. I should have been born on Venus. I was on YouTube. So good to see you there. We're here. Yes, we are on YouTube. We are there on YouTube at Jim Masters TV. Willie, my mother-in-law, owned and operated a shoe repair store several years ago, and her customers, I'm like, oh, I should show you that. I'm reading it without showing you. Willie, my mother, we'll take it again. 3, 2, 1. Willie, my mother-in-law owned and operated a shoe repair store several years ago, and her customers would bring her little shoes from all over the world. I have some from Holland that are made of wood. She had nice collections. That's fantastic. And you're having a lot of tech. Oh, yeah. You know, something's going on in the world. We've had all kinds of Wi-Fi problems, phone issues. Even on my cell phone, the phone's been going out, all kinds of odd stuff. You know what I think it is? So many people are using Wi-Fi right now. You know, they're not necessarily in their offices. Some places aren't open. So a lot of people are online on their social media. They're doing what they're doing, Zooming, all these different things, that the servers, the Wi-Fi, everything, the cell phone towers, everything's on overload. So I think that's why you're getting spotty problems here and there, just because there's so many people, and these companies weren't necessarily prepared for everybody to be on. So I think that might be what's happening. There's a little bit of an overload situation, which is causing some of these little blips where, I mean, I actually was in the middle of a radio show in my professional work, hosting and interviewing somebody on this radio show that I host. And it was a major situation, major show, major interview. And my phone went out during the interview. Now, the person was still, this was just this week, the person that I was interviewing was still talking and didn't know that my phone, which is tying into the system, we don't use the phones for this, but for that show, it was a call-in situation because we're not in the studio. Everybody's working out of their homes, and the guest was in their home too. So it was wacky because my phone went out during the middle of the interview. I'm like, holy cow, this person, everybody's listening. The phone went out. Now what? I didn't get all wired like that, but in my head, I was saying that. So fortunately, the system that we were on, this online studio system, allows me as the host to quickly dial back in. So I'm scrambling and I'm dialing back in, and it's ringing, but you don't hear it on the air. The guest is still talking because I've just had asked them a very important, pertinent question that I knew they were going to need a lot of time to answer about what they do for a living, executive coach, and all kinds of things like that. We were talking about leadership and things of that nature, leadership in business and more, and how to get through all of the situations we've been getting through lately. So the phone goes out during the middle of the conversation, live on the air, and I'm like, oh no, now what? And we weren't using Zoom, we weren't using Skype, none of that. We was a phone. They call into the system, I call into the system, we connect. My phone, as the host, as the driver of the bus, went down in the middle of it 3 days ago. So the person's still talking, and I'm dialing in, I'm scrambling, and I hear it ring and says, apparently your show is still on the air. Would you like to get back on the air? And I'm like, press 1. Yes, quickly. It goes back on. The show's still on. Everybody listening was hearing the show. The guest knew nothing because they were still talking. Because the guest called into the system and because I had already started that show, everything was still running. But my phone, which was connected to me speaking, was cut out. So quick redialing, got back into the system. And just as the person wrapped up their thought, oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's terrific. And we went right back in as if nothing happened. But you're right. Having a lot of technical problems with your laptops. 2 days ago, you got yourself an early birthday present and bought a new laptop. That's a great idea. I'm about due for one too. And there have been unmuting issues on Zoom all week. That's what you yeah, we don't use Zoom for this show, but I know a lot of people have had issues with Zoom lately. It's just the weather, the chaos. I don't know. I'm still looking for somebody to tell me about Aquarius. Somebody was telling me today the age of Aquarius, and Aquarius, something to do with December. And that's part of what's happening. I have no idea, but I'm fascinated. I'm always interested in learning about things like that. Also, the weather is bad, and that is not good for the satellite. I know. The weather can really do a number. Tomorrow morning, I'll be doing Facebook Live for our church service. Always have some kind of connection issue doing it. And again, I think it's the overload. I think just so many people around the world are on the Wi-Fi and they're on technology right now that the systems are being overloaded. You sort of cross your fingers and toes that there's no blackouts or brownouts or any power losses, because if that happens for anybody anywhere, that's when things really start to go south. Like our guest in California, who for some reason couldn't connect on, he shot me a message saying that he was getting a message saying the show ended 2 hours ago, which it didn't. We're still here. Let me pinch myself. I am still here. Anyway, it's time to have some more. You have your glasses, everybody? Saturday night. That was well earned with all the talking, right? So that's really nice that you do that as well, Renee, that you do those kinds of things. That's a beautiful thing as well. And I wanted to show you, if you missed last night, we showed this. I think we showed this the other night, but I wanted to show it again because it's really a very soothing photo and very beautiful. And that is, if I can find it. Oh, yeah. Here's something soothing to look at. We took that just a couple of nights ago, and I thought that was really beautiful to share. That is actually along the southern New England coast, and it's a silhouette of the trees. The way the trees sort of loop around as a circle is kind of cool, isn't it? And then you've got that yellow sort of dusty looking sky, and then you've got the elements of the pink and then the lavender. And that's straight from the camera. There's no retouching. There's none of that jazz with that photo. Isn't that beautiful? I wanted to share that with you because, again, calm and peace and beauty. And again, this is right outside our window just the other night, because our house, the front of our house faces west, so we get the western sun. And that was just really a beautiful shot as well. So really, really nice, and wanted to share that with you again. I know we shared it the other night, but I thought it was really cool to share that again, just because it's nice to have some peace like that and some beauty all around us. All right, we've got more comments coming in. Oh, yeah. If you want to share the links, thank you for sharing the links to the Jim Masters Show with your friends. All are welcome. We're live 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific nightly, simulcasting on YouTube and Facebook at Jim Masters TV. There are times when I'm watching the replay of our service, it looks like it's melting off the screen. LOL. Really? Wow, that's what you call a hot sermon. That is amazing. Yeah, sometimes technology can be crazy, can make the best of you. Cheers to you, Christine. And you are home. See, I talked long enough so you were able to get home. You were out at the park with your friend Kathy Smith using her cell phone. She had limited data. I remember limited data. So you guys had to get off, and now you're there. So it's good to see you as well. God's artwork, that photo, isn't it really, Renee? Absolutely, absolutely. KN says you take beautiful pictures. Thank you very much. I will be sharing more with you. I want to dig up some more beautiful pictures that we have as well. We're going to wrap up in just a few minutes. Again, we were going to have a guest on the show, but he had some technical problems, so we will share him on a future episode. And everybody's saying hello to everybody. But what are you going to do tomorrow morning? I know. Oh, yeah, there's a nice comment coming in. That is a beautiful picture with different colors of the sky. Thank you very much. And appreciate that, Austin Field. And Renee says, God's artwork. It really, really is, isn't it? And again, sometimes, as Renee Katz was saying, we don't take time for silence. We don't take time for the things like that, where you look out your window and look what you've got. You've got beautiful things like that. Beautiful. You should put all your wonderful photos in a book for us to buy. You know, that's a wonderful idea. People want me to do that with the Masters mantras too, to share those with everybody. And that would be my pleasure to do that. I'd love to put some of those together. I have years worth of incredible photography. I'm somebody that always, when I'm in a city, I always look up, because you can see some exquisite things when you look at the tops of buildings. I'm always somebody who goes over a bridge, and I can go over the same bridge every day and always look over it, because it's incredible. You know, I studied architecture and design before I went into broadcast. And when you look outside over a bridge, it's just amazing, this bridge that you're on. I'm always stunned by being, by architectural advances and architectural design and so much more. So to have an opportunity to go over a beautiful bridge and see a valley or a city or a river or an ocean, it always turns me on all the time. It always has. Like a little kid, I'm always like, oh, everybody look. And they're like, we've seen that 1,000 times, Jim. But still, it's fascinating. We get to go over that river and cool stuff like a kid. Christine says, yes, that's right. That's right. That's true. Red sky at night, sailor's delight. That's right. Exactly. It's going to be a warm and humid day the next day. Everyone have a wonderful Sunday. God bless. Cayenne. Don't forget to thank God for your many blessings. Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys are the best. Again, a wonderful show. Again, you're watching the show. Feel free to share the links, subscribe to the YouTube channel and Jim Masters TV fan page as well. And again, if you would like to see these episodes again, this was a great show Saturday night with all of you. Talk Back. This is our Talk Back episode. Again, there was going to be a guest, but something technically happened on his end. So we will schedule him at our earliest convenience. But in the meantime, this was a great talkback show on Saturday night. Want to see the past episodes? They're all on the YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. Share the links, share the love, and share the Levity, as we always like to have that here on the show. Reminding you that you guys are the stars. I might be the star of the show and host of this show, the Jim Masters Show Live, but you guys are the stars. You and you and you and you and you. That's right. I see you there. All of you are the stars of the Jim Masters Show live. Don't forget to relax, as we said earlier. Don't forget to relax. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to just love one another. Again, we will be back tomorrow. Viewer of the week. I'm hoping there's a special guest, the person, that designer that's supposed to be on the show. Possibly. We're working on that. We're going to be working on it tonight and tomorrow morning, so keep your fingers crossed. And we might be taking you on location to a really beautiful place tomorrow, and so much more. As I said, this show is growing, it's building, and there's so many cool things we're doing, and it'll continue to grow as long as you guys are here and you spread the word. Tell everybody. You know, when you're in line in the supermarket, say, hey, madam, have you heard of the Jim Masters Show live? I love it. It's all about levity. It's cool. Great guests, fun, all kinds of cool stuff. I learn something every day. That person may say, what the heck are you talking about? But still do it anyway. Relax, breathe, love one another. I love all of you. You guys are truly a blessing. You're a lot of fun. And I love when we have these viewer interactions. And here's a little something for Christopher Joseph, because he says, it's Saturday night. Why don't you put the shades on? So there you go. All right. So now we were really looking good for the Saturday night. I wore the shades for a little bit of the show, different shades, actually. I have a ton of sunglasses, but I wore these, not these, but another pair, I think last Saturday, right? If anybody remembers, I wore them in the beginning part of the show, and then I took them off. So now it's the ending of the show. We'll throw them on, and we're all set for a Saturday night. I'm looking at these comments. We're going to have an ice cream cone after the show. I know I've been mentioning ice cream lately. I've been craving ice cream. So we've got the shades on for Christopher Joseph and everybody else who's been telling me put shades on for the Saturday night look. Good night, everyone. Yes, go to sleep. You have sweet dreams there in Holland. We love you, our friend Willie. Again, there you go. This is for you. Made in Holland. We didn't lose the other shoe we have. And thanks for another. Let me bring that up. Thanks for another great relaxing show, Jim. You have a great night, everyone, as well. Again, we love you all. Margie says, love you. Love you too. Kathleen says, this is fun. And it is. It's always fun having you guys. And again, even when it's just us, because again, you know, we have a lot of great guests coming up. Sometimes I like it when it's just us. We get to talk and laugh and share and have fun segments and all kinds of stuff like that. And again, flip the channels, go anywhere on YouTube, Facebook, TV, anywhere else. I doubt you're going to see somebody with a disco ball, a dog named Silver, a little clown named Jimmy, telling you to breathe and relax and enjoy the beauty and the joys in life and to be inspired, showing you a wooden porcelain shoe from Holland, toasting all of you with a little wine on a Saturday night, letting you know that you are the stars, as I did already, but just saying so, doing the lights, camera, action, sharing with you my sidekick, George Burns, and your other friend, Jeannie. Where are you going to find entertainment like this? Again, having a lot of fun with all of this levity and love. And you guys being there makes it all a spectacular experience for your host here, Jim Masters. All right, gang, we're going to wrap. It's 8:30. So smiles and love to all of you. Have a great night. Smiles from Willie. Get to bed, Willie. You said you were going to bed. Get to bed. Get that beauty sleep. Night, Jim and all. Cayenne, that is. Cayenne Ruddock says, cool cat. Thank you very much. Marilyn, you are so kind to tell an 85-year-old lady that she has a pretty picture. I always loved roses. Thank you. 85, you do not at all look 85, Marilyn. You look 30, and those roses are absolutely, and with the glasses off, there you are. You look 30. What are we talking about? A life well lived and continuing to live your life the right way and beautifully, surrounded by beautiful roses, Marilyn. That's what life is all about. So you enjoy your family and your loved ones, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. And everybody watching, our friends in Australia where it's morning time, we wish you well as well. And toasting to Renee, and have a good night as well. Thanks everybody. Jim Masters here. Don't forget to like the page at Jim Masters TV and also the channel, YouTube. And feel free to enjoy all of the goodies that are there, which are almost 9 weeks of shows archived on the channel. All right, with the disco ball still spinning, the shades on, and all your cast of characters here, we wish you a very good night. Love you all. Goodbyes are not my favorite thing to do. I was never good at goodbyes, so I will say, see you later. We will hope to get our guest rescheduled. He had a little technical problem. That happens, no problem. We had a fun show tonight on our Saturday night. We will be back Sunday, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, with a lot of cool segments and a viewer of the week and lots more just for you on the Jim Masters Show Live. Have a good night, everybody. Love you all. Signing off from Jim Masters Show Live Central. Good night. Take care. Bye-bye.